Guys, we are back in Python, a day at the supermarket under lists and dictionaries. As you can see, we finally have caught up to where I was preparing for my Python course. So we'll only be resetting about half of it, and the other half will be brand spanking new, for me at least. So let's go back to the first one. Alright, so we want to use a for loop to print out all the names. So what we're going to do here is we're going to do for I in names colon print I, and that should print it. And then you see right here I is the values in our names array, and we're just saying for every item in the name, print it out. So use a for loop to go through Webster dictionary and print out all the definitions. So for I in Webster, somewhat similar, but because there's keys and values, we have to do it a little bit different. So what we're gonna say is print. Alright, so print Webster, and then we want to put in I. And that should print out the definition, which is what they want. I wasn't sure if they wanted the definition or the word. So, just a reminder that we're saying Webster I says get this, and it prints this. Now, if we were just to do I here, it'd print out the key values. All right. So, like the step 2 above, loop through each item in the list called A. Alright, so for I in A, except 3, if the number is even, print it out. Ooh, excuse me. If I mod 2 equals 0, so if it's even, we want to print I. Like so, if the number is printed out, you can just item. Alright, that's it. They don't want us to do anything with the odds, so 0, 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12. Perfect. Alright, so let's see, write a function that counts how many times the string fizz appears in the list. Write a function called fizz count. Alright, so def fizz underscore count, and it takes input x. And what are we doing with this? Create a variable called count to hold the ongoing count, initialize as 0, so we're going to say count equals 0. And what else do we need to do? For each item in x. Alright, so for each item in x. Is that how? For I. In x. I don't know, I did for each item in x. Right, so for I in x, if it is equal to string increment, right? And then we'll do an if x. Now if I is equal to fizz. So if our value is equal to fizz, count equals count plus 1. After the loop, return the count of the variable. And then right here, return count. Alright. Invalid syntax. Your code appears to have an error. So let's see if I is equal. So if I is equal to fizz. Alright, let's see what's going on here. Alright, I'm not sure what the error we're getting here, because this looks correct too. Oh, don't forget the colon. That's our error right there. And bam. So we're good to go there. Alright, string looping. This just kind of looks like we want it to print one letter in the word CodeCademy, and you see it going down, and it does the same thing for the letter I. So, basic stuff here. Alright, so create a stock dictionary with values, banana. Alright, so they give us an example here. Get rid of that. We're going to say stock. And then we're going to say, let's go ahead and just copy and put this in here. See if that will make our lives a little bit easier. And then don't forget the appropriate commas. Now we're going to use curly braces to make the dictionary. Do I need a semicolon at the end? There we go. I don't think we need the semicolon either. But let's find out real quick. Nope. Alright, so it looks like we're finally caught up. Loop through each key in prices. So for I in prices, like the example above, for each key, print out the key along with the price and the stock information. Alright, so we want to print out I plus prices I. Like the example above, because you key along with this price and stock information, print the answer in the following format. For I in prices, print I, and key. I think that's right. Can I concatenate str objects? Alright. So it's basically saying it can't add these together like this because they are integers. And, well, actually, the I is not an integer, the str prices I is. So we can leave I alone, but we have to say, look, treat this as a string. And there you go. You should have exactly 3 print statements. Okay, so we want to print I. It looks like they want us to do some stuff here. I didn't understand it apparently. So print prices. I. Let's see. There's that orange 32 fair. No occurrences of print. You should have exactly. Make sure there are no occurrences of print in any comment or string. What the fuck are you talking about? Alright. Like the example below. Alright, so I'm not sure what they're asking, so I'm going to go to the forum. We are on 8 of 13. A day at the supermarket. Keeping track of produce. Okay. So let's see what's going on here. Oh, we were supposed to create another one. I thought we were just supposed to change the price. Alright. So this is stock. And then we need to have a price. So if you look here, let's just go ahead and look at this as a reference. So don't forget our multi-line comments. All right, so we have prices and we have the stock. So the first thing we can do is we can just kind of copy this over, because it doesn't really matter. We know how to do keys, and that's our first thing. And prices. So make sure our indents are okay. Cool. So we have two different arrays, two different keys and values. So first thing we want to do is print. Look at what we have. Once %s and %s. Alright, so we can get rid of this. We already have that. So this is the key. So we want to print out I, print prices, and we want to print stock. And if check your code, prints for orange, it doesn't quite look right. So orange 32, pair 15. Alright, so go back to our code. I don't think that's what we're supposed to do. We need another for loop for key and prices. So we declared it for key, prices key, stock key. Okay, so it looks like we need to say, look, for that key value, what's the stock? But I think they want it formatted a specific way. So let's just go ahead and copy over the format here. Prices stock, prices stock. So they want it formatted like above. So what this is going to say is take this, concatenate it with this. Key is not defined. This needs to be I. And this needs to be indented properly. You should have exactly 3. What is going on here? So we have orange. There's our price for orange. It's 1.5. For stock is 32. So we're getting still some sort of error. So let's take a look at what's going on here. Price. Error message. Try again. Check it. It doesn't look quite right. Orange error. That's what we have. So never mind, I found it should be named price. So let's see. And let's see if this is it. At this point, if you've done enough CodeCademy videos, you know that things are not only case sensitive, they are often super sensitive. So make sure you don't have any spaces after the colons. And let's get right back into it. Okay, so create a variable called total and set it to 0. So simple enough, total equals 0. Loop through the prices dictionary, so for I and prices, do some stuff. What do we want to do? Or for loop through the prices dictionary. They're already looping through it, it looks like. For each key in prices, multiply the number of prices by the number in stock. For each key. Oh, let's see if we can do it in here. I think we can. So we'll say total. Finding else. Loop through the prices dictionary. Let's do our own for loop here. So we're going to say for I in prices. And then above this, total equals 0, just a default total. And then we'll say loop through the prices dictionary for each key in prices. Multiply the number in prices by the number in stock. So we're going to say total equals total plus for each key in prices. Alright, so the banana. So what we want is to say prices with our key value times stock with our key value, and then we want to print total, and I believe that should work. There you go. So at the end, we have $117 worth of merchandise. So first make a list called groceries with the values banana, orange, and apple. So we'll say groceries equals banana, orange, apple. Cool. Alright, next define a function called compute bill. So def compute underscore bill. That takes in one argument, food. And the function create a variable of total. So we're going to say total, and we're going to give initial value 0. For each item in the food list, add the price of the item to the total. Alright, so for I in food, total equals price. So total equals food. No, equals prices I. Prices I. And then return total. So return 3 instead of 10.5. So for I in food, total equals total plus prices I. There we go. Have to make sure that it's not just overriding, but adding to it. Alright, so make the following changes to the compute bill function while you loop through each item of food. Only add the price of the item to total if the item's stock count is greater than 0. So we'll do an if statement. So if stock, so if stock I is greater than 0, we're going to add to it. Track one for the item stock count, and then we'll say stock I equals stock I minus 1. There you go. And what's the last one? Just a little bit of shows us, you know, something to go over real quick. So we have our arrays, we have our dictionary / libraries, we have our functions, and then a little bit of for loop and if statements. And that was our day at the supermarket. Not too bad. We stumbled a little bit on some syntax stuff, but that's coding. That's what happens. In the next video, student becomes the teacher. It looks like we're going to be making sort of a quiz and test and homework type of thing, calculate grades maybe. But I'll see you guys in the next Python video. And as always, comments and constructive criticism is appreciated.